Hey guys, what's up? This is Mel, and I want to talk about the Vampire Diaries episode 709 titled Cold as Ice, which premiered Thursday, December 10th, 2015 on the CW, and it's roughly 2 hours after it ended, pretty much, since I'm recording this. And guys, what a mid-season finale. Wow, for sure. I'm surprised, yet I totally called part of it, and I'll get right to it in a minute. So just a quick reminder, if you haven't seen the episode yet, please go do so first. I'd hate for my own thoughts and opinions to influence your own about the episode, so go watch that first and then come back and see what I picked up on it, what I have questions about, and all that. So with that said, let's get started with my 10-minute clock, and let's begin. Something new that we learned, Cliff Notes versions. Apparently, timeline-wise, it's been a few weeks since Lily's death, although the episode starts off with Lily being buried at her own funeral, so I'm not sure which is it, if they waited weeks until they buried Lily, or if it's just they buried Lily and then it's weeks later, and that's where Christmas comes in. So yeah, and so after Lily was killed in the end of the episode last week, Damon and Stefan are now on a hunt for Julian, who is drinking his sorrows away for losing the love of his life, that is Lily. Still don't believe him. But apparently Julian has friends outside of the Heretic, so that's an issue. We do see Bonnie and Nora forming some kind of short-lived friendship when they do the toy drive together, but Mary Louise gets in the middle of that. Surprise, surprise, right? But it's a shame that it went downhill before it truly got to the top, if you know what I mean. So, in regards to Caroline and Alaric, they both go to a birthing class, and Caroline shows just how great a student she is. I mean, if I could remember things like Caroline can with great detail, my life would be so much easier. I'll tell you that right now. It truly impresses me, vampire or not, that she could regurgitate what she takes in, and Alaric seems impressed by it. Although they do get a few judging comments behind their back, which sets Caroline off and revealing that the pregnancy is affecting her a lot more than she's letting on. The fact that she's actually showing, for one, when just last week she's like flat not showing, if you know what I mean. So there's that. Not sure if it's because she's having twins or it's because not sure if it's twins or because it's a magically accelerated pregnancy, maybe? Who knows? But that'd be interesting to find out. But Caroline did make a point that there's no way on record that there's ever been a vampire pregnancy before. So this is all new for them, for her, for everyone involved, for sure. But we do see Caroline making a visit to her mom's grave, pointing out the fact that this is the first Christmas that she will have without her mom, and that's pretty sad too. But I really like what she said to her mom and how she talked to her. It was nice. It was definitely something that she needed, I thought, for sure. And the very climax of the episode, the fight between Damon, Stefan, and Julian. Stefan won't stop until Julian is dead. Damon just wants to leave it and run because he confirms that he's twice their age. So he's like 300 and something, I think. And unfortunately, that isn't the case. Julian manages to stab Damon with the Phoenix Stone sword, and later on, Nora does the same to Stefan, because Stefan had kidnapped Mary Louise earlier. So, yeah. Shocking moment of the episode, that right there, Damon and Stefan are trapped inside the Phoenix Stone now. Although I did call it in my predictions for the last 2 weeks. Don't believe me? Well, if you go back to my video for 707 and for 708, 15 minutes into the episode, I give the very same prediction that a vampire that we know and love will be trapped inside the Phoenix Stone, and then we're going to have to see what it means to be in the Phoenix Stone and just what it needs to happen to get them out. And I called it. I said Damon, Stefan, or Enzo, and apparently 2 out of 3 got stabbed with the sword. I mean, first time didn't shock me since I called it. Second time blew me away because, like, I was expecting if one brother was going to get it, the other one's going to be determined to get the other brother out. But now that both brothers are stuck inside the stone, I mean, what the hell is going to happen now? I mean, come on. Yeah, sorry. So, another shocking moment. I always said I was going to include the flash forwards. We only get a little brief flash forward. So, 3 years from now in Chicago, we get Stefan and Valerie. And they seem to be like a couple. They definitely kiss. And I guess that means Valerie doesn't die in the present day. But I guess that states the fact that I kind of want to see Stefan and Valerie in the present day. Although it's Stefan and Caroline. So I guess we'll see the continuation of Stefan and Valerie from 1863 in 2016 Vampire Diaries time. So, which is the flash forwards. So, yeah, but they're laying low in that flash forward. So there's that. Moving on, top 3 favorite moments. First one, Damon and Stefan going against Julian. The part that I'm talking about is not the part where Julian stabs Damon with the sword. No. The part I like about the fight is the fact that when Julian is about to stab Damon with the sword in Damon's bedroom, Stefan comes in, pushes Julian away from Damon, and basically stands between Damon and Julian, basically giving off the stance like, you stay away from my brother, you don't touch my brother, and Damon's just looking from behind going, yeah, that's my brother type thing. I really love that entrance of Stefan and how he's so protective of Damon and how all he wants to do is kill this guy who is not only threatening his brother, but who killed his baby. So that part is what I liked about Stefan and Damon's fight against Julian. Just saying, the rest of it was just awful since they lost. So, next favorite moment. The friendship between Bonnie and Nora. I actually liked it. And it all went to hell when Nora got the text about Mary Louise being kidnapped. But I thought before that, Bonnie and Nora were making something between them. I thought they could be a really strong budding friendship between them. If not, maybe something more. I mean, at one point, I truly thought that they were going to get closer and lean in and maybe have a little kiss in the moment type thing. But, like, no. Nope, they don't. Apparently that gets ruined by a text message about a kidnapped ex-fiancé. So, but I did like how they connected, for sure, during the toy drive, and how they were seeing different sides of each other, even though they were enemies before. But yeah, it's a shame that we only get to see the one episode have that friendship between them. Next, favorite moment. Caroline visiting her mom's grave. I know that is morbid, but I like the sentiment behind it. I like that Caroline brings her a Christmas wreath. I like that she's announcing to her about the pregnancy, about how she's scared and doesn't know what to do, and how she just wishes her mom was there so that she'd make everything feel better. I really like for a neurotic Caroline who needs to be in control of everything and have the answers to everything. I really like that when she's visiting her mom, she doesn't have all the answers. She's not in control. I just like that she's basically, even though her mom's not there with her when she visits the grave, it's like she is her little girl again. So, I don't know. I really like that. It was a very sweet moment for sure. And at one point, I thought Alaric would just be standing behind her, saying, and then she turns around and says, what are you doing here? He's like, I thought I'd find you here. Like, just one of those moments. That's what I thought, but I'm glad it wasn't interrupted for sure. Okay, top 3 peeved moments. I actually only have the one, and it's the fact that the Salvatores are now trapped in the Phoenix Stone. I get how that drives the plot forward, but I just don't like that our heroes are now stuck in some dinky little red stone that has lots of violence, a lot of chaos behind it. Although it does make sense why Stefan would have the Hexed X on his body in the future and having it open up, because that's associated with the Phoenix Stone, and it's what Julian had before he was resurrected. So there's that. What will I remember most about this episode, aside from it being the Christmas episode, the 3rd of the series, after 409 and 610, we get the fact that Damon and Stefan are going to be trapped in the Phoenix Stone. And we actually see a little bit of Damon's hell in the stone, and that's when he's on the battlefield as a soldier when he's a human. And there's lots of gunfire around him. He's got this gaping wound in his stomach, and it's like he's truly frightened. It's just poor Damon. I hope that's a fabricated part of his hell and not something he had to endure while he was human, because that's just pretty awful, for sure. Okay, random questions. First one. Inside the Phoenix Stone, will the Salvatores be reunited in one singular hell, or will it be like on the other side before the anchor switched over to Bonnie, where every ghost was isolated from everyone? like Anna and Vicky explained it in season 3 to Jeremy. It makes sense both ways. It'd be interesting to see Damon and Stefan trying to fight their way out of their own individual hells while the other one's visiting, if that makes sense. Like, if they're in, like, if Damon and Stefan were allowed to, like, tag team in hell, and then, like, they come across a moment of Damon's hell, they have to find a way to defeat it together. And then they come upon a moment of Stefan's hell, and they have to come together and defeat it like that. Kind of like how on Supernatural, when Sam and Dean went to heaven, and they both had a shared heaven. So one moment they'd be reliving one of Dean's favorite memories, and then the next they'll be reliving Sam's favorite memories. So if it's something like that, except in reverse for the brothers, with them being their own personal hell, there's the timer, then I'd love to see that for sure. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty difficult for Sam and Dean, why am I saying Sam and Dean? Force Damon and Stefan, to fight off their own personal hells when they're trying to figure out whether it's real or not. Because if you have someone else with you, it's easier to tell that something isn't real because they're there. So it's like that. Sorry. Next question. Is Caroline's reaction to the pregnancy that we saw in this episode because of the enhanced pregnancy hormones she gets because she's a vampire? I mean, after she heard those judgmental comments from that couple, she was about ready to vamp out and attack them, and she didn't even know that her eyes were vamping out. Alaric had to stop her before she exposed herself, and she didn't even know. Or when she attacked him, when he just touched her shoulder to try to comfort her and calm her down, and she just blew up at him. It's like, yeah, it seems like pregnancy hormones like times 100, or even worse, because she's a vampire, and I'm wondering if that's it, or if it's because it's something else that has to do with the pregnancy. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Next question. Is Bonnie dead? I mean, when Caroline's trying to call Bonnie for help with Damon, we see Bonnie's phone light up, and then we see Bonnie beside her phone, and I could have sworn I saw Bonnie's eyes open and, like, lifeless. It's not like she's knocked out. Who's knocked out with their eyes open? Very few. So it has me worried on the fact that maybe Bonnie might be dead, even though I thought that Nora just siphoned enough magic out of Bonnie to have her collapse and pass out. But I could have sworn in that moment when they showed the phone that it looked like Bonnie's eyes were open, which has me thinking she's dead. So what do you guys think about that? So predictions. So just a friendly reminder that when we return in the new year for Vampire Diaries, it's not Thursday nights anymore. We moved to Friday nights at 8 o'clock. So on Friday, January 29th, 2016, mark your calendars, Vampire Diaries returns with episode 710 at 8 o'clock on the CW, and that's 7 weeks from now. So, and then after that is going to be airing on Friday nights. So, just mark your calendars. Just remember, it's a day later that you'd have to watch our favorite vampire show. And, yeah, just because it's on a Friday doesn't mean that you have to stop watching, for sure. Many shows survive Friday nights. Let me tell you that. And some are still going while still on Friday nights. Sometimes it's just more convenient. There's always that. So I watched the promo for 710. And apparently, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it already. Although this whole video is a spoiler alert, if you ask me. But apparently, Bonnie uses the Phoenix Stone to bring Damon back. And it's been 3 months since he's been, quote-unquote, dead. So a lot of time has passed then, and we also don't see Stefan returning, but we do hear concerns about Julian planning to torch Stefan's body. And if he torches Stefan's body, that means they can't bring Stefan back from the Phoenix Stone. Although they could, but it wouldn't be Stefan anymore. I don't know, it's kind of like the whole Oscar deal, really. There's also a part of the promo where Damon thinks his return isn't real. He thinks he's hallucinating it, and that results in him attacking Caroline, which freaks Matt out, understandably, since she's pregnant. So, in general, for my predictions, Caroline's pregnancy, it may be more aggressive in the fact of how she reacts to it, or maybe it might be accelerated. Not sure if it's going to be a regular pregnancy like we saw with Hope back on the originals, or if it's going to be some sped up version like on Twilight, or if it just seems like it's faster because of the fact that Caroline's carrying twins. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out more later. Another prediction, Damon and Stefan will struggle from the effects they get from being inside the Phoenix Stone, if and when they return from it. Don't know if they're going to actually return in the next episode, if it's going to take a few episodes to do that. But yeah, they're definitely going to struggle from it for sure. But who knows? Maybe Stefan might go back to being a Ripper afterwards because he can't handle whatever happened, or vice versa, or something. I don't know. But it'll be interesting to watch. Sorry about that. And that's about it. So what did you guys think of the mid-season finale? Did it surprise you? What did you think? I mean, I'm still shocked over a few things for sure. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Also, don't forget to like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel. Check out my other videos. And to share this with anyone else that you know watches the Vampire Diaries. Spread the word around. Help this fandom grow. I'd love to see this story continue on further. And since it's going to be 7 weeks until we get new content, don't be afraid to share any theories with me in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. You can also do it on Tumblr, which you can follow and check me out on that. Link for that will be down below for sure. For Tumblr, I usually reblog everything related to Vampire Diaries back to that. Promos, sneak peeks, episode synopses, episode stills, quotes, GIFs, any of that. I reblog to Tumblr all in one place. Good, convenient, something I like, something I hope you do as well. Also, if you want a recap version of the episode, a more detailed play-by-play, if you will, check out my live journal entry account. It will be linked down below as well. It's just if you want to know what happened on a slower level, or if you want to see what I thought while in the moment when I'm typing it up when I first watched the episode, mind you, then check that out. And yeah, that's about it. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for following me or watching these videos of mine. I truly appreciate it. You don't know how much it means to me to have other fans of the show listening to what I have to say. It means a lot, and it's a great outlet for sure to let my own thoughts and feelings out on the episode, because I definitely can't find someone I can come face to face with and actually know what I'm talking about. Although maybe one or two people, but it's hard to actually meet up with them to talk about it with them. So it's great having this outlet for sure. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. I hope you come back again in the future. It does mean a lot to me. Yeah, so since it's 7 weeks until we get anything new, I want to wish you all a very happy holidays. Wherever you are, wherever you're celebrating it, have a good time. Be safe about it, and just enjoy the time and all the people around you for sure. And Happy New Year as well, since I won't be posting again for the Vampire Diaries until after the New Year, which is 7 weeks. Which would be in 7 weeks, but you catch my drift. You know what I mean. So, yeah, so mark your calendar for January 29th, 2016 at 8 o'clock for Vampire Diaries. 9 o'clock, the originals follows it. So, if you're a fan of that as well, watch that too. Check out my videos for that as well. And that's about it. So, this is Mel. Wishing you all a great day, a great week, happy holidays, and a happy new year. See you guys back here January 29th, 2016. This is Mel saying bye for now.